Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Alan.
And Barb.
Because we have a special announcement.
Oh, well.
Let's do it.
Oh, I didn't know you were going to do that.
I thrust it upon you.
Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with, say it again,
Alan.
And Barb. We might be changing our names to more pedestrian names as we tend to get more gigs in the local community here. So, you want to make that announcement or are you letting me?
Well, I thought you wanted to.
Well, okay.
Let's do it.
So, one of our haunts down here in our neck of the woods, the River Q Pastry Pantry, is inviting us to do tarot readings on a Saturday in May. And in their bakery.
Yes.
So in their pastry shop. And they just remodeled their shop and have a little bit more space. And they want to do this. And it could lead to something a little bit more regular.
It's the beginning of probably a regular gig for us at maybe once or twice a month on Saturdays. We have no idea how it will change schedules.
Right, with happy hour and stuff.
But we're just going to do it.
We aren't abandoning happy hour. Geez, I just sent out our schedules saying happy hours every Saturday at blah, blah time. But that may have to change a little bit. And one other announcement real quick. Speaking of happy hour, there's going to be no happy hour this Saturday because we'll be doing an in-person readings at the Arts and Crafts store in Hartford, Michigan.
Arts and Craft is a metaphysical supply store, wonderful line of all kinds of products, especially local Michigan products. They do blacksmithing there if you want, your ritual wear to be, handmade by a blacksmith. They're incredible. And we've known them for a few years now, probably since about 2016 or so.
It's always fun to go there, and it's my birthday, and I could talk Mr. O into buying me some fabulous birthday gifts from there.
It's a little early for your birthday.
What? I've been celebrating all month.
My biggest trick will be trying to get you to be occupied so you don't see what I'm buying you for your birthday. So it is a surprise.
Dandelion says one of the best stores I've seen ever.
Ah. Yeah, I know you're in the Moonfire community too, I believe. Right, Dan?
Yeah, I will say close. We had a great store once upon a time in Ann Arbor, which was metaphysical, crazy wisdom. They had a coffee shop upstairs.
It was more of a bookstore, but it did have some other supplies, metaphysical.
Yeah, it was pretty big, and they had a community room. Arts and Crafts has a lot of space, too, I have to say. So really, it's right up there. I love their store.
And we've actually performed rituals there 2 or 3 times now, and we've been in other people's rituals there.
So it's a nice place. But anyway, that's our exciting news. We just went to said bakery today, and,
said, clear your calendar. We want you.
Well, they said, we're setting a date now. So we did. And so we're at least doing one there, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it's received.
More details as we get them.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, everybody.
So it's very nice.
We're kind of excited, so we had to go a little bit here.
We're excited about it. We are. And that's it. That's our news. We've been covering it up for a while because we've talked about it with them, but, we weren't really sure if it was going to be a go or not. And it looks like at least in May, it's going to be a go.
And if you are a longer than a shorter time viewer, you may remember Ostino, who shows up once in a while, not been lately. He's one of the people that works at the bakery, so they're friends of ours too. We like them a lot.
Yep. All right. All right. Let's see. Do they have a website? They do. River Q. It's River Q Pastry Pantry. That's what it's called.
Probably one word. Yep.
Yeah.
We could hunt it up and put it there in the chat section if we get a chance.
They specialize in pastry baskets. They've got some good other things as well. Like, for example, their rich and wonderful chocolate tuxedo cake pieces that I always buy one of. Oh, so awesome. Anyway.
We should get going here.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's
So
go.
the reading.
The reading. Yes. Well, I have a surprise for you.
We're the collective.
Do we have a full moon tonight? By
Everybody's
chance?
been talking about it.
That's right.
Hello, you're a witch. You should know these things.
And so, I'm going to let you shuffle this deck.
And the booklet with it.
You can keep the booklet because I'm shuffling this deck.
Oh.
It's a 2-4 oracle reading tonight from the Moonology Oracles. The Moonology Oracle Cards deck and the Moonology Manifestation Oracle deck.
Now everybody goes, ooh.
Oh, thank you. It's still ongoing. Until, of course,
Thanks,
the last day of Aries, April 19th. That's when my birthday is. I hold up the rear, as I like to say, the rear of the ram.
And we're going to do a sales reading directly after this. We're not going to call for them again because we have the question. We will direct
don't worry
anyone.
about it. We'll figure it out. All right.
I'm ready.
I celebrate all month long.
Do I just go ahead and cut them
Yes, you do.
and put back together?
Yes, you do.
And what else?
And you pull a card.
Alrighty, well here goes nothing.
You've got a new moon eclipse. Expect powerful change.
I was going to start singing Total Eclipse of the Heart.
And I've got new moon in Pisces, attuned to the divine. So why don't you go first and let's see what this expect powerful change is all about here.
Is that alphabetical then, or how is it?
I look up new moon eclipse. Yeah, it would be in alphabetical, I believe. Because there's no numbers on the card, so. Am I wrong?
New moon eclipse. I'm in the new moon section.
Here. Oh. I'm sorry. I screwed
You should
up.
be.
I got him a book that... Huh.
Why don't you go the other direction?
You know what? It's probably something at the end or some... Yeah, new moon eclipse. Special moon cards.
This is a real buzzkill, Barb.
Well, Mr. Allen, you can still call us Mr. O and Banshee, of course.
Call us whatever you want, but don't call us late for dinner. New moon eclipse. Expect powerful change. If you want affirmation that you can achieve your dreams and get the desired outcome in the situation you're asking about, then this is it. This is a card of beginnings, and there are powerful energies at work, but be prepared. It could be quite a ride, and events now could even be jarring and uncomfortable. However, any new directions you take will almost always lead somewhere better than where you are at the moment. Whatever is happening now is happening for a reason you'll appreciate later on. A new portal is opening up, and all you have to do is have the courage to forget about the past and move through it. You're being put back on the right path. There is nothing to fear.
Wow.
Nice.
All right. Well, that's interesting. And so what is this powerful change about? Maybe it has something to do with our attunement to the divine, which is what the new moon in Pisces is about. You have the opportunity to slip into the flow of life now. When that happens, you want what is happening, and what is happening is what you want. So we must want and need this change, whether we realize it overtly or not. That's what I'm thinking here. Your manifesting is working perfectly just to make sure that you stay attuned to your higher self, and you will be well on your way to feeling blissfully happy and in tune with your dreams. Meditation is the best way to connect with your higher self, so practice it if you know how, or try learning from an online instructional video. Above all else, be kind to yourself and to others. This card is an especially good sign for matters related to spirituality, contacting other realms, taking some time out, or dealing with a fear. And the manifestation mindset is the more you can believe that all is well, the more all will be well for you. And finally, manifestation affirmation, my conscious dreams create my reality. We must want this change. We must need this change according to my card here. It may be really big and it may be jarring, and maybe there is a spiritual component to all of this.
There's always different feelings or considerations about working with eclipse energy. Some people think you should avoid certain ones, but definitely work with others. But I think the overall feeling is, of course, go with your spiritual flow and, of course, heed most essential things. But really, this is a time where we can really maximize energy.
Yeah, I like it. Nice. Okay. That wasn't so much a buzzkill, Mr. O.
No, it was.
Mr. A. Now I have to call him Mr. A?
Well,
I got used to Mr. O.
I know that for our appearance at River Q, we will mostly be Alan and Barb. Here, we can be whatever we want, so feel free to call us whatever you want. In the greater, spiritual pagan community, we've always been known as Oberon and Banshee for many years now. So that doesn't have to change.
Nope.
All right.
Alrighty then.
We were going to go with Asel's question.
Yep. Celeste, how does Alabek's mother see Dinara? Negative thoughts, feelings in particular. What negative thoughts or feelings seem to recall? Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in the foreshadow of a retrograde, and also we do have an eclipse coming. Am I right, Violet? That eclipse happens to be on my birthday. I think it's a solar. Is it a solar? I think it might be.
Don't ask me.
And then, of course, we've got this Libra moon, and oh my goodness, it's a crazy month.
So I'm going to use my Dark Tarot, the Royal Dark Tarot, and that's Royo, R-O-Y-O, not Royal.
Okay. Malika. Okay, Malika. All right. Hi, Mo.
Hi, Mo. All right, so our first card
You certainly can vouch. We'll add you to the list.
is the Queen of Pentacles upright. And then it's the reversed Devil. And then it's followed by the World, which is also upright.
What's the first card again?
The Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles.
That's what I thought. Okay, Queen of Coins, the Devil. Okay. I also have here
the Bear. Okay, we're going to have to adjust that a little bit. And the Bouquet. And my camera seems to be slightly unfocused here.
This is kind of a hard one, Asel. I know you went for, what the negative feelings were, but I don't. It's funny sometimes the cards just don't cooperate that way, do they? Because I see a lot of positive here more than negative. Unless you see something that I don't, maybe, Mr.
No, and this is the feelings for Dinara, the woman who ended up with Alabek.
Yes.
So what she thinks of her, well, she may feel that as the Queen of Pentacles, I think she sees her as maybe a strong maternal presence or a strong feminine presence, maybe somebody who's really good with manifestation. Maybe she ultimately feels that she's Dinara's the kind of person that can grow, manage a household. And maybe she feels that there's something liberating about her too. I'm not sure why I feel that way, but it's the Devil reversed, and that often talks about people kind of freeing themselves from restrictions or freeing themselves from their own negative kind of obsessions with things. So maybe she feels that either this is a quality Dinara has that maybe is helpful towards Alabek, or that in general that she feels that there's something liberating about her in some sense, because you also have the world too, and the world really does talk about completions and things that feel like there's a sense of perfection or happiness or satisfaction.
Well, I guess that would maybe, if I only saw one, I don't know if I'd call it a negative per se, but maybe some incomplete thing, in all of this that maybe, well, what I see here is almost exactly what Mr. O said. I feel like there's some feeling here of that Dinara has real maternal qualities here, according to this card anyway, or at least also a good financial sense about her. I feel that also there's something that maybe she sees as something that just, that she's an independent-minded woman in her own right. There's something here I feel that stresses independence in the Devil reversed, Now, that could be a good thing, that could be a bad thing. I would say this, maybe depending on how Dinara views, outspoken or more stronger women, or Malika. I mean, Dinara she might think Dinara is like that. And the world up here, X positive too. It's indicating like what he said about completion. But I feel too that maybe what this is saying is that maybe Dinara feels that there's still something.
Malika.
Huh?
Malika.
I'm sorry, Malika. That's right. Malika feels about Dinara that maybe there's still something lacking, but it just seems so minor, I don't know if it has to do with maybe the fact that, she doesn't like she might be a little bit outspoken, Dinara, and Malika doesn't like that. She's a very strong woman, and I feel that Dinara feels that this person is a gift in a way.
Malika feels, that was what I was going to say, Malika kind of feels that Dinara is a gift to that family or that situation. I don't think we can really see that. If you're looking for negative feelings, we're not really seeing it there.
Not seeing it here, but I will say this, Estelle, that, the tarot's a snapshot in time. People's feelings change in time. So, sometimes maybe her feelings we might be reading the cards and she might be in a negative frame of mind one way or another about Dinara. But overall, looking at this, I have to say right now that she's feeling pretty good about the way things are going.
Maybe there's a slight element of looking at the Devil reversed and sort of realizing that there is a sense of perception shifting or possible duality about a person, and that maybe she might sense that. But it really doesn't seem to play into a narrative where she is not appreciating her. It really looks that way.
It's funny, Estelle, and everybody who's listening, upright and reversed cards, reversed cards aren't always negative. And in the case of the Devil, that holds very true in a lot of ways. And so these, the one reversed card in this reading is actually a positive card for the most part. So that's why I'm saying, Estelle, everything right now looks like it's going okay. And that's what we have for you today. Good luck with that.
All right. I saw that.
So what?
You had jelly beans.
I took a jelly bean.
All right.
One jelly bean.
And Moonlight is next and asks for a general reading.
Okay. Did I see that? Oh, and as usual, Sunny has taken my table space.
There we go.
I saw some bunnies outside today.
We saw a possum recently too.
Oh my goodness. Yes,
Was that Monday?
roaming our back common area here.
Are you ready?
Ready?
Yes, I am.
Well, general reading. Let's go big or go home, right, Moonlight? It's the Wheel of Fortune.
Awesome.
Upright. And what could be almost as big or welcome as the Wheel of Fortune?
Oh my.
The Ace of Wands upright. And again, a reversed card that is much better reversed. The Three of Swords reversed. Wow.
Then in Lenormand, we got the Sun.
Goodness.
Yeah.
What is up with you?
And the tree.
Hey.
So it's a really good reading, I think.
Things
here.
are looking good here, I have to say. I mean, you got the wheel. So some cycle is starting. A positive turn of the wheel for you is coming. You know, test your luck, you know, what the heck.
Yeah, if you're working on new ventures at all, especially with networking or business related or
Well, now you're going to
growth-related
this,
things-
aren't you?
Well, I'm just sort of, moving it. Go ahead.
That's
But
all right.
yeah, there's like a
No.
lot of good luck coming to you or fortuitous
Fate
energies.
and destiny are on your side.
Totally.
And especially, as Mr. O just said, with anything new that you want to start or begin, you know, a new job, whatever, you are starting right now. A new money-making idea, a hobby, you know, whatever it is, an exercise program, I don't care what it is, it's going to take off and it's going to be exciting. You know, it's going to be off to a really fast, good start. And it's going to bring a lot of relief to you. If you've been struggling lately or feeling like just things haven't been happy in your life, I think there's a real healing coming, and it's probably due to this turn of events, this positive turn of events.
Right. It seems like it could, this is a general reading, so maybe the whole idea too is that some of this results or comes about at a time where, it's really helpful with healing personally, getting over other relationships or situations that you're finding you're leaving behind or moving away from, that kind of goes there. With the Lenormand, you have
Go ahead. No,
you have
I want
the
you to
sun and the tree. These are very fortuitous too. I mean, it's literally like it's devoid of direct details, but it just talks about a lot of good luck. This is talking about health and family and, again, growthful things. And I like to align the energies of the Lenormand where I see them in tarot. And so, of course, the tree is a wand, the another version of the wand. The sun being a circle itself is like another wheel of fortune.
It's like a wheel, spinning wheel in the sky, keeps on turning. And there is nothing unhappy in this reading, my goodness. So I hope this is a really great positive turn for you. The tree and the sun makes me think about this a little bit. I will say this. The tree is about growth and the sun is about success. So I almost feel, and especially with the wheel, which involves time here and destiny, that this is going to start happening for you, sometime now during the spring. And, it might be, you're going to be spending, the spring setting this in motion, you know. I feel like this might be end up being the focus for the spring going forward once this happens. And so I almost even see it possibly carrying into the summer months a bit, you know, where you'll be, whatever this is, you're going to be working on this. And it's exciting. I mean, it's a lot of success, it's a lot of growth. And I think Mr. O touched on it. If you have been feeling not as, you know, vital or strong as normal health wise, that's going to change too for the better. So just a lot of good stuff here.
All right.
Wow. Let's bottle this reading and try to bring it for everybody. Woohoo!
That would be nice. All right,
Good luck with that. Hey, you know what? Just believe, just focus on it, you know. That's all we can do is try to magnify this energy and make it happen. And of course, backing it up with some real life action always helps as well. We got to feed that fire of that Ace of Wands. All right, we're on, I believe it's Libra. Yep. Uh-oh. Hey, Libra, are you with us?
Libra is going to give me her question, but she hasn't yet. Okay. Well, thank you, Moonlight. And right, you know, it's always good to remember, of course, that, you know, tarot is a snapshot in time, so things could vary a little bit, but it really does look nice. So you'll have to let us know how that works out.
Yeah,
and it's
I
not
hope
like an
something
immediate.
wonderful happens. If so, we want to know.
Yeah, I can't say like, oh my goodness, you are gonna go out and play the lottery and win lots and lots and lots of money.
Now wait a minute, don't gamble on my predictions.
Right. But if you did, wouldn't it be wonderful?
Or gamble responsibly, let me just say, you know.
He's looking at your bunny ears.
I'm a gambler. You looking at my ears again? You silly boy. All right. So we are on, let's give Libra another moment. She might have had to run off, maybe. And we'll have to put her at the bottom. Let's give her a little bit. Any other exciting announcements? Well, like I said, there'll be no happy hour this week. So we're sorry about that. We do miss happy hour. And like I said, if we do end up doing something on Saturdays, we may have to shift the time of happy hour. But there will always be a happy hour. We'll get it in there.
Well, let's see. Oh, right. Don't forget to watch my recently upgraded Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges. It's a recorded show that shows Fridays at 7. You can catch it whenever you want. And I provide 3 cards for the elemental signs of the zodiac and then an affirmation for each elemental aspect too. It's a nice reading. I'm using the Modern Love Tarot. Yeah, it sounds like I'm eating a lot of jelly beans right now. Just a few. Did I swallow? I don't remember. Oh, I'm back.
Libra, are you with us?
Oh, dear Libra. I think we should move on.
All right, do the countdown, Violet. Let's move on to, I believe it's title.
Also, Saturdays, well, not this Saturday, is happy hour. So we're going to have to balance that out between the new gig. We're not sure exactly if we're only going to do once a month or twice a month or what we're going to do. I have a regular job that I work twice a month, so it's going to get a little crazy, and then we'll figure it out.
Okay, did Libra post a question? Title thought they did.
Oh, okay, I could look for it. Because I remember her saying she was gonna. Well, we have a lot of chat here.
We have a lot of chat. I'm just going to check real quick. Sonny, why are you blocking me? Don't do that. May I post my question? I have a meeting for one of my kids, but that's all I see.
Well, Probably she went into the meeting without leaving the question. Is what it looks like. We should move on.
Yeah, we should move on. Okay.
Hi, Mama T.
I missed a name in here.
So let's stay focused here. Who's next?
All right.
It's Title.
It's Title.
Well, thank you for giving Libra a moment to find her way back here, but it is your turn now, Title.
Yeah, go ahead, Title. Thank you. We try, Valentina. Thank you much.
Well, you know, nice people finish
Last.
But
that's okay.
But
I am a Bob Seger fan from long ago, and he had a great
Beautiful
song
Loser.
called Beautiful Loser that is my motto. I always like that song. I like Turn the Page.
What does he say? Just couldn't matter at all. Just couldn't matter at all. You don't
my
need it all.
brother's cousin tried to friend request me. Ah, my brother's cousin. Okay. Hey, Mama T, it's good to see ya. We'll get you on the list. We'll put you at the end. Libra will, if Libra comes back, we'll do Libra's reading right before yours, Mama T, because I know you like to look at the end in case you have to leave. But if you're not going to leave, we'll do you before Libra.
Can we do this one?
Which one?
The
Yes.
title? Yeah.
Is it your deck?
It might be.
I'll take those back. That's why these are there.
I'm going to use the Uncommon Tarot for your question because it does seem maybe slightly uncommon, Tidal Wave. Why does your brother's cousin try to friend request you? Is that a good one for the 3?
Oh, I'm reading something else.
You're...
Got it. Huh. Well. We'll just hold those a moment.
Does this one work with your new 3-card method?
We're not doing the 3-card method on this one, would we?
That's
No.
why I'm asking.
No.
Just 3 cards?
No.
Okay. I thought it would work good for that.
I don't think so.
Alrighty, our first card is the 8 of Wands. Is that an 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it's the 6. I'm sorry. We have problems. It's the 6 of Wands. Honest to goodness it is.
It's that deck. It's kind of ambiguous.
It's the way, the cursive that they use on the numbers. Okay, this one is the 8 of Cups upright.
So there's an 8. Okay.
And then there's the reversed 7 of Cups. So 2
Oh, that is
of
interesting,
Cups.
but let's add this to the mix.
Ooh, snake. Snake's on a boat.
So, that Lenormand really troubles me a little bit, but title, this isn't totally bad, but you might be onto something here. I think this person is trying to get support for your brother. That's my guess by seeing that 6 of Wands there, wants to kind of play,
The recognition or
give the
them.
recognition or support. Oftentimes, when you think of the 6 of Wands, the 6 of Wands is about achieving that glory and that success, but it also emphasizes the people. The people who are cheering on the victor. And they also won in this, and they also want to achieve success, the praise for the help that they gave this person who's made it to the finals or whatever, who gets the trophy. But their fans are important too. And so that's what I'm thinking here. In relation to your question, that she is in the peanut gallery here and she wants to support your brother. And the 8 of Cups being upright, I feel has to do with the fact that she wants to she wants us to, maybe you to get over this, move past this, try to get you to move past this.
Yeah, this
I'm going to leave it there and I'll go on.
That's interesting
Mm-hmm.
too, and we don't know the folks in particular, but it does sort of have that feeling there, like that this is sort of like saying, oh, let's be magnanimous and let's walk together towards this promised land or the light or whatever it is. And I sort of feel like, based on what you've said, that is like pure in their heart, but it doesn't take into account your feelings. And then I look at the Seven of Cups reversed here, and I wonder if that is pithy platitudes that aren't real, but that's how they may be trying to frame it to different people here. But there's something else that is the goal or the question here. And of course, it does relate to maybe your brother too. So it just sort of feels,
well,
I don't want to say sneaky, but it just sort of feels like somebody's not being out and out honest about certain things.
I don't see anything really horrible here per se. Other than I feel she's trying to, I'll get to that. She's trying to support your brother. She wants this maybe because your brother wants this to get past this too. And I feel here, this is the Seven of Cups reversed. And the Seven of Cups reversed is about making a decision, right? And so I think she's trying to influence your decision-making process here. And it may come off as being, how should I say this, a snaky maneuver, a snaky move. It's a little sneaky. I don't, because these cards are not that negative, I can't totally say her motives are totally, that she's got very bad motivation here. She maybe just thinks she's doing a good thing, but it does seem like it is a little sneaky, or, doesn't want to let her hand be played.
I've allowed some of the information as well of the snake to color the idea that there is this magnanimousness about, the approach or the way it's framed. To me, the Seven of Cups reversed just sort of indicates that there may have been other ideas, but this is one that is seized on. So in other words, there could have been different other reasons why this happened, not necessarily for the same reason.
Whether it's for positive intent or negative title, is totally up to you, how you respond to this. I would definitely say somebody's trying to, manipulate a decision here. And that clearly, I think somebody is looking out for somebody's best interests and wanting this to just, to move past this. And it's kind of the way I'm interpreting the cards in relation to the question. It's all valid because those cards are pretty much about those types of things. So, and I see the ship here again. The ship is about movement, right? And so I feel she's trying to move the goalpost here, She's trying to move the goalpost in this way of trying to friend you, and maybe having that connection open, for your brother to keep track of you or whatever. But that's what we see. So if that makes sense to you, that's what we've got going on here, title. Well, I think you might be right.
It does seem confusing. I get it, I guess, that they're not exactly the same family to each other. There's definitely stuff going on below the surface, in my opinion.
That's right, and you live with yours, and that's the point. So you got to do what you feel you have to do.
True words.
Sometimes, whether it's family, whether it's in your tribe, whether it's people you meet, I always say that's, everybody live and let live, but the bottom line is sometimes when you mix chemicals together, how they implode. Sometimes they make something great and healing. Sometimes they blow up in your face. And that's the way I kind of feel here.
I did decide to look at the bottom card of the deck, and it's the Four of Wands. And although one thing could be saying, oh, it's happy family, but maybe this is your happy family. This is the family you build around yourself, the foundation for yourself. And you don't have to let people in that you don't feel comfortable with. That's the
Enough
bottom line.
said there. I could say the same thing. It's like you create your own happiness, you know. You've built what you've wanted to make yourself happy here. And so, you know, you don't have to, you know, and just because somebody asks to be a friend, you don't have to friend them, you know, especially if you have some kind of info as to what, you know, what they're all about.
I've mostly been estranged from most of my immediate family for the better part of decades, including my older brother who passed away a few years ago. Yesterday or Tuesday was the anniversary of his death. He had really tried to hurt me when I was young, 20,
Oh,
and I never recovered from
Valentina.
that. And so I pretty much cut him out of my life, and that was my older brother. We used to be very close, but, you know, it was never really the same after that.
Thank you, Valentina. You know, sometimes we disagree and we come to blows here. No,
Aw, thank you. Thank you. And I know Dan asked a question there, or no, he hasn't yet. Have
Nope,
you?
hey, Dan, you are up. The tarot does reveal that, and you know, it's just so multifaceted, the things you can do with tarot cards. I just love them. I was reading, I read at the gym on my phone, my Kindle, and I was reading Elliot Adams' book on tarot in love today, and I finished it. I'm actually
good for you.
done. There's an appendix that's kind of long. I got to go through that. But there was he did a great reading and meditation with the Empress card about healing a broken heart in this book, and it was just beautiful. It was just such a nice job. So I really recommend that book for people who are interested in how to read tarot in love readings, all the cards. It's just a really good book. It just came out by Llewellyn some months back.
Yes, Dan, I thought you had posted your question, but
Oh.
maybe you haven't yet, or I haven't seen it.
Yeah, you get a question. Of course you do. Unless you don't want one.
If you're over at the Arts and Crafts store on Saturday, you can get one from us live. Of course, you have to pay for that one.
Well,
Oh.
we prefer to just try to limit to one question, Ariana. You know, because it's hard when we get the list and we get talking. But any kind of question, you know, we'll give it a shot.
People have asked about TV shows and comic
People
books.
have asked about ghosts in their houses, you know,
People have asked
different
about
signs on the
their-
road that they see
their
and stuff
pets.
like that. Their pets, that's right.
Well, while we're...
Oh my gosh, who would say that? You know, I'm a okay, we both work in libraries, you know.
There's no
And
such thing as a
we feel
stupid
there are
question.
no stupid questions, but of course, as a librarian myself, sometimes we do try to pull out if we don't feel the question was well formulated. But there are no stupid questions. Now, one might argue that okay, you're asking too negative a question. If you're dwelling on the negative, you're going to get a negative answer or not the answer you want to hear. But I'm not going to stop anybody from going the direction they feel they need to go.
Well, it's funny you mention all this stuff because I just saw the funniest librarian meme, and it was
Oh.
like a librarian type, and they said, I'd point out the self-help section, but that would kind of defeat the purpose.
Oh, man.
Hi, Lily.
Gotcha on the list. Am I really ready to take the next step in my career?
That's not so cryptic. Your deck.
Okay.
So hope everybody has a nice holiday weekend, whether it's Passover, Easter, whether it's Ramadan.
There's a great tarot exercise I'm going to be playing with people with on my next Tarot Talks that's about the tarot can answer any question. And I will prove it in my own way. But it's a little exercise I learned years ago. I hope I have the right creator. I'm going to try to look that one up in my book. But I created my own method of doing it, and I'm going to be sharing it on a Tarot Talks coming up whenever we can fit it in this month. I know. All right. First card. Okay, it's the Five of Cups. Five of Cups is upright. The Tower is reversed. Uh-oh. And the Moon is reversed. What do you got?
Indeed. The Mice. And the Lily.
Huh. First thing I thought of when I saw the lilies and the mice there together is growing pains. I don't know why, so, are you doubting yourself? Are you wondering if you are, in fact, ready for that next step? We have the Five of Cups here, too, which is showing that maybe some past disappointments, whether it was in your performance or whether it was in some jobs that maybe you interviewed for and you didn't get, or whatever the case may be, you're letting something from your past kind of, get you, feeling unsure about, whether you are ready or not. And the Tower reversed is saying, you've got to let this go. You've got to let this go, but not without learning the lessons you've needed to from whatever this experience may, whatever's causing this sorrow or sadness. Once you really take in the lessons and the message of that, and I almost feel like you will, once you do that, because the Moon reversed is all about revelations, things coming to light. So something needs to come to light here before you're going to be able to take that next step. And I feel like there's growing pains here.
I liked the growing pains metaphor. I'll get to that in a moment. The top cards also sort of have a meandering quality, and maybe slightly worse when you think about that Tower reverse there. With the Five of Cups, it could be that there's too many thoughts or too many feelings about some of the things that maybe you tried in the past that didn't work out. And it could be a time for you to really understand what you have learned or what you really haven't. And if you haven't learned something, then that may be that idea about the career move or change is just really not actually right for you. You may have to really look into it more, the Moon reverse. Like maybe there's a deeper dive in terms of what your aspirations are. Now, if you've already spent a lot of money or resources on putting yourself into that, that presents a really interesting conundrum. And maybe it does tie into the idea of the growing pains too, that maybe you've realized you're not exactly sure. You're still trying to find exactly what that is. But the process is really harder for you, perhaps, because you need something else.
It's like the mice are little minor annoyances in life. I will say that. So either, and I'm looking at that and I'm wondering here, well, growing pains to me can also be about the fact that you, on some levels, feel you're ready, but maybe there is still something that you have to look into or take care of before you can make this move. And I almost think it'll come out. It'll be revealed. It'll just, you'll realize this in pretty short order. the 5 is what bothers me here, because why are we looking down at losses? You have cups remaining, you have skills, abilities, and talents, but it's almost as if you're struggling with them right now. And I don't know, maybe you'll feel that this does not make sense to you at this time, but that's kind of what the cards are indicating. Some things have to be looked into before you can move forward for that next step. And I don't know if I can say much more than that. Can you?
A lot of this, I think the growing pains is a good metaphor. I also feel like this is about reflection on what you really have learned or prepared yourself for, and whether it really fits into the framework you see you're going towards.
So, there may be some, with some lack of success you may have had. I do want to add one more thing. Lack of success you had in the past, may still haunt you to some extent today. And you just got to let it go. Or I guess what I would say is, it's not a matter of, looking at the losses. It's a matter of learning what they taught you. And that's the thing. What did you learn from past failures? What have you learned from past lack of success? And carry that forward. Once you become aware of some of that, you might have a less of a struggle moving forward.
Well, the moon is always about emotional feels, and if these were really devastating in your heart, past failures, maybe really aligning that with how it motivates you to move beyond those pains.
So that's what we have for you. I hope that made some sense.
And I wanted to draw out that Tidal Wave got a job just now.
I saw that. I just saw that.
Congratulations,
Tidal.
Very
that
nice.
Is awesome. Love to hear the good news.
All right.
All right,
so I hope that was nice for you, Dan. Or I hope you understood it.
Hey,
You're
Kara.
welcome. In a way.
Then let the cards go where they may. I like that. Good luck with that, Dan. Oracle top and bottom.
That would be you then.
Well, Kara, I'm going to use my Season of the Witch Beltane.
Gee, and I brought a deck especially for you. No, I didn't.
Why would you say such a thing?
Because I'm silly.
He's Scorpio silly, and you've got to really understand Scorpio's idea of silly can be kind of dark. Like his shirt. Sweater.
I always wear dark shirts.
You do. I'm sorry. Did I hit your paw while I was trying to shuffle? Well, how dare me?
He's just looking at those
I know he is.
ears up there. He's...
I grew ears. I grew ears. Look at that. The ears. You were biting them, weren't you? All right. Now, Sonny, I have to cut the cards. But here, don't worry. Wow, Kara, what fun. It's the maypole. I am fertile in what I seed, for there is reason to dance and drink upon the riches
All right, Valentina.
I receive.
Yes, I'm a Scorpio, all right, Valentina. Okay, so Kara gets the maypole, number 24.
Let's do that one first before we pull the bottom. Oh, it's all about celebration. It's like the Four of Wands in a way, Kara, which is awfully nice. Don't wait for happiness to find you. You can choose to be happy right now, at this moment. Sing, dance, spend time with loved ones, and celebrate. Just because you're alive and you can. Focus on enjoying life and doing what gives warmth to your soul. The situation you have inquired about is still developing. No amount of stress or worry will fix your circumstances, but you may find yourself with a sudden spark of inspiration since you allow your doubt to fall away. Solutions can come in most unexpected ways and will often do so when you give your fears to the universe so you can go out and play. The universe takes pride in your willingness to trust in its powers to move mountains on your behalf. You will be rewarded for this trust, and all will be well. Do not think you have to obsess over your circumstances to overcome them, nor must you spend every waking thought on intentions to manifest them. Let the universe know what you need, then go allow yourself to embrace the joy of living. You know, we have to set our intentions, but the whole idea is to believe in them and have fun. Hey, why don't you try sometimes? This is a fun idea. I don't know why it just popped into my head, Kara, but why don't you try sometimes? You have a goal, you have a dream, you have a manifestation. Why don't you try partying and celebrating before it even comes to be? You know, because when you encourage that energy, it's like a magnet. It's going to draw it to you.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I like the maypole because, of course, it is kind of like another form of the Ace of Wands, you know, which is all about spring too, in a way, like the maypole is. The engendering of life, the idea that things are springing forth.
And you know what's really wild is I got a card that, in a way, is similar. You've got all those people dancing around the maypole here. The next card is called Stone Circle. In ceremony, you conjure a devotion so deeply it reflects thy worship into yourself.
Wow.
I like that. You know, I think this is really a time to just experience joy. You know, we should rely, I know there's all these people in this card here. It's great to get out and socialize if you can, but we can't always rely on others for our happiness, you know? We are responsible for our happiness. Ceremony isn't just about magic and manifestation. It's absolutely a moment to channel your power and send your attentions out into the spiritual world. But it's also a moment to yourself, a devotion to the things that are most important to you, to who you are working to become, or the life you've dreamt of for so long. While there is a certain power in elaborate spiritual workings, know that magic is also available to you in the small moments of the day. You have found yourself with Stone Circle today because you've been living too fast. You're being guided to see the small magic and notice the blessings, signs, and energies that are swirling around you. You know the small magic by the way it makes you feel. You may notice it in the warm smile of a child, or the sudden fragrance of a nearby flower, or perhaps your favorite song that has been playing in the background, but has only just now caught your attention. Any moment that grabs hold of you can be. And, you know, that is the point. Life is so full of joy and happiness that you can almost find it anywhere, you know. You just don't even have to look that deep or that far to find it. It really does work with that card quite well, don't you think?
I love it. They almost seem like just, you know, opposite versions of each other.
And I feel that it is saying to you, Kara, that almost what I've said here. They're talking about ceremony in this card, and I just suggested to you, why not make a celebration ceremony and celebrate life, celebrate success you want to have before you even have it. Trust the universe.
And of course I pulled the Lenormand, and you get the bear and the heart. And I think this is saying, love your inner strength. Love your strength wherever it takes you. Utilize it to accomplish many things.
Wow, I'm going to take this a little differently, but you know well, maybe not totally. You know, love yourself. Love yourself, because I feel sometimes the bear can be about self-empowerment as well as financial things and well-being. But when it's with the heart here, I feel that very strongly. This is a time to feel empowered through love of self. So bring yourself some joy and happiness, and believe in yourself and your eventual, I only want to say eventual, your absolute success to come. That if you believe enough in yourself and love yourself, and also this could also be saying your strength right now is in happiness and joy, and having that kind of an attitude right now. Don't let anybody rain on your parade, Kara. That's what we have for you. Nice reading. Good luck with that. All right, we're I think it's Valentina. Hi, Valentina.
Hi there.
And then we have Mo and Kelly after that, going down the list. All right. Is it my deck? No. Yes.
It's my deck.
Okay, it's your deck. Use that one next. Okay. The Sunny has left the room for the moment. He'll be back.
Go right ahead then.
All right, let's see what you've got.
It's my deck. As long as you're not making us an accessory to a crime.
Oh dear.
I was going to mention earlier that Banshee's show, The Material Matters, is on Sundays. It's a great way to find out how to plan your financial and economic escapades over the week. Sundays at 10 a.m.
Okay. We can do that. I think we've been asked similar questions before. How do you want to do that? It's your deck.
Uh-huh. Well, we could do this a straight up yes or no, but let's do it as 3 cards and then see.
Yeah, I think so. Okay.
Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, Dan, too. I love your little comments on the side there. They're fun.
Crime can pay. Crime can make you pay, too, though. I don't know.
Well, let's see what's going on before we say whether you should tell your mother-in-law. But the basic question is somebody doing spell work on your husband?
Well, you could tell her the reading if you want. I mean,
oh, of course.
What you do with the information is up to you. The film is going to be out there as a video, so you could even show it at some point.
I guess I was looking at it as a different question. Like, should you tell her that somebody's putting spells on your husband?
Oh, well, I don't know.
If she's more powerful than them, you better.
Just go.
Okay. She doesn't like it when I'm funny. But here we go. First one is the Page of Cups. It's followed by the Four of Swords. These are both upright, by the way. And then it's followed in addition by the King of Swords.
Well, we certainly may have to do a yes or no on
I
this.
think we will. This is not giving us a lot of information. But we do have the Scythe, the Scythe, and the Ship.
Well, let me ask you this too, Valentina. Is your hubby experiencing any health problems right now, by chance? I'll explain why possibly I see that, but I'm not. Well, there's a couple reasons why I see that. Let's start over here, though, with the Page of Cups. That can be a card, that can be a card where, how do you want to say this?
Something about dreaming?
Something about dreaming, something about intentions, but imagination. This is usually a very positive card in a way that there's creativity here. I'm looking at a lot of positivity here, except what really bothers me is seeing that Four of Swords in the middle. Oh, your marriage is on the line. I see. Well, that's starting to make a little sense to me. Because this card here is about like somebody who's trying to pull back or retreat or recover. I don't know if that's your hubby or if this is about somebody causing that.
I would agree with that. It does feel like somebody feels they need to pull themselves away. This could be your husband. Is this the effect of spell work? Possibly.
Somebody is about to make an important decision, too, I feel. Well, let's look at this. The King of Swords, if this is relating to people who are doing, potentially people who would put a spell on your husband, this is somebody who, these are people who feel they're doing this for the right reasons. Whether they are or not, that's neither here nor there to me. It's they feel they're doing it for the right reasons.
Is somebody younger in the equation? Is your husband younger than you, or are you both of a younger age, or is the possible suspect you might have in mind younger? There's also more water sign influence, possibly. There's also other sign influence.
There's the challenges, the swords. And then we have the scythe down here. I wanted to point that out, which is a cutting implement. Mm-hmm. That's why I thought of surgery, but you just said your marriage is on the line. And, that's a cutting implement here, which means something is cutting deep. And, somebody is trying to make a move to cut something. So to cut your marriage short?
Well, I'm also wondering, too, if maybe there's already some shakiness going on, like maybe you're not necessarily living together, or there is the possibility that you may have to not live together, not saying separation, but maybe it's more of a functional thing, like somebody has to move for a job or for some other reason.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm just looking at it in relation to the question and thinking that this is about a cutting move. So to me, it could indicate a curse. It could indicate that somebody is trying to cut something short, like a marriage. It could also indicate, I thought, a move towards surgery or something too, which with the Four of Swords here, the Four of Swords is often a card of somebody who's maybe feeling drained of energy, depleted. So I don't know if they're trying to drain energy out of your family, if you said you have health problems, or if it is a situation of this cutting of the marriage. Let's do a yes/no. We're going to do this for you real quick.
Actual
now,
yes or no.
Valentina, I just want to say that, we don't totally vouch for this yes/no. It will give you some nuance, though. It will tell you maybe yes, maybe no. Definitely yes, definitely no. And if it's maybe yes or no, we may get a little bit more information. We are going to ask if there is a spell, if somebody's been casting spells on your husband.
Right, so we're both going to shuffle and cut.
Okay. Suspect is 37. Okay.
I think in that reading, then the page may have been more about a message than an actual person.
That's a good point too. Yeah.
And so the message could have been about this, the status of the marriage, whether it was an actual physical message or whether it's something you're just sort of intuiting yourself or other people around you are.
All right, let's see what we get. Are they easy? Can I count them? Or?
Yeah, go ahead and count them.
Let's see. Okay, well, it's leaning towards yes. It's somebody maybe
yes.
doing something. I'm of a couple of minds since, I've worked with spells. We'll talk about that in a minute. But anyway, you've got two aces here, and the aces just let us know if it's a yes or a no. There's really no other factors involved with those cards. But on this third pile, we have the Knight of Spears, which is wands?
Yes, spears are wands.
Which is wands in this deck.
It's reversed, isn't it?
It is reversed. So there's somebody who seems like they've got some, I don't know about, well, some anger issues with this. Is there somebody that, either your husband or yourself has made angry? Wands are fire. There's a little bit of that energy. It definitely could indicate to me that somebody is acting very immaturely here.
It is probably the sign of the antagonist, whoever they are, whether it's the person you mention or not. If they're a fire sign, that could be adding to that because this has a fire sign kind of energy, but not necessarily, but it could be a marker.
So there's somebody here who's acting very immaturely, and, oftentimes in those cases, these types of spells or bad intentions that are being set, could backfire. And, spells are pretty, what I would say is this. It could be a spell work, or it could be just somebody is sending a lot of negative energy. We don't have to outright perform these type of things. If you believe in things like the power of prayer or the power of chanting and affirmations to get you what you want, then you have to realize, too, that people just having really dark feelings can set things in motion as well. So I think the likelihood here, is that somebody is doing that, for whatever the purpose is. And but we can't always blame the problems in our lives on that, or in our relationships or whatever, because the bottom line is that people can do this stuff and we can overcome them. It's not a matter of us being totally at the mercy of others. So I would just say try to work on your marriage, try to work on what is wrong, and counter this with positive energy. Surround yourself with light and positive energy, and do what you can to turn this around.
Well, that's some pretty serious stuff there, and this person is probably a real bad person for sure with that reversed Knight of Wands energy.
I just think they're angry and they try to get their way through sometimes acting out, and so there's just this negativity here. Wands can be kind of, well, I don't know, is it the swords or the wands that are more the bullies, I never know for sure, because I don't like the King of Swords energy when that's reversed, yeah. So, but when it's upright, it's different. And you had the upright king in the last reading.
That's
so
right.
I would say you may have some ideas here that definitely somebody is harboring some real negativity. And set up your shield, set up some boundaries, magical boundaries like candles, and try to resolve things, in whatever way you can in a constructive manner. And if your relationship, even if you're a soulmate or not, Valentina, if your relationship is meant to withstand this, it will. And if it's not, it won't. And that's the way it is sometimes with our soulmates. Sometimes things aren't meant to last in this incarnation. Or sometimes soulmates never meet each other in this incarnation. So it's lucky and fortunate that you have met your soulmate.
It's
And
definitely going to take some work on your part.
I wish you a lot of luck with that. Good luck with
Yeah,
that.
and if your mother-in-law can help you, then you should definitely tell her.
Yeah.
Help her son.
It doesn't, it does no good to send bad energy back. What ends up happening is it just ping pongs back and forth. And, that is just not going to be helpful. So try to keep it light on your end. Just remember, you are better than them, right? You are better than this. And I wish you luck, Valentina. Thanks for stopping in.
Mohaha is up next and wants a love reading for Bushra.
What is that angelic hag?
A new person that just showed up. Can
Are
it be
they?
added?
I don't see them.
Oh, well, I do.
Oh, it's not on my page. Thank you.
They're below where Ariana
Oh,
says...
there it is. Okay. Yes, we'll add that. We'll add her. Let's look at it's 818.
Come back next time, too, and we can talk more about this, Valentina. We can do more cards on it.
Yes, we'll add her. Yes, let's close the list after that.
All right. So, right, we are here also on Sunday afternoon from 2 to 4 p.m. It's a little light there, but that's our schedule. So you're all welcome to come back for another question.
Oh, there they are. Sunny. All right, it'll be my deck, right? So I'll give those to you.
Good luck.
All right, thank you.
And Mohaha wants a love reading for Bushra. So that's your deck.
Okay. Love reading for Bushra.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Wait a minute. I like to mix up my decks. I haven't used this one yet.
Violet's done it. It's good.
I have no argument today, Violet. I'm pretty tired. I mean, of course I say that now. You know how it goes. But
We went to the gym for about an hour earlier. I did some
yeah,
swimming.
this is our second workout this week. We went Tuesday, we went today,
And we're going
and
tomorrow.
we're getting with the trainer tomorrow.
Tomorrow's
So
the trainer.
I'm really pumping it up a bit now.
We pump you up.
Pump up. Sonny says you took my ram. He likes my ram, Violet. He's like, what's that doing there? Here, let me have him a minute. There, see, he likes the ram. All right. The world upright. Nice start. Oh, but lo and behold, the King of Swords is here, reversed.
That damn King of Swords.
Don't like that King of Swords. And the Two of Wands is reversed.
Anchor. And the Rider.
Huh. Wow, this is a tough one. So it's a love reading for Bushra. There's not a lot of romance in these cards, but of course, as I've said before, you can really read all the cards romantically. I would say here that Bushra may be feeling a bit uncertain right now about some things, maybe where they want to be long term, if this is possible. They have a lot of well, you know what? In this case, I'm looking at the King of Swords a little bit differently. There's a couple of different ways I can look at that card. And one of them that's just standing out to me, because it really goes so well with that, is that I feel that Bushra's really got a lot of uncertainty about the future. Maybe a little bit confused about some things right now. They feel that success or love is possible, but that this could be, the thing for them. I don't know if they're involved now. Is Bushra involved now? I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know if they're involved now, but they think that they want to find something. They're really looking for something that will complete them. That's really the way I'm looking at this world. And they're uncertain, maybe, about the things in their life right now. Maybe they're not finding it right now. Maybe they're not sure how to achieve it. And when I look at the Rider and the Anchor, it's kind of funny. They want to move towards something that will give them more stability and security and comfort in their lives. But also, I could look at the Rider and the Anchor one other way. I wanted to see if this fits in with anything you might have to say. And that is that it's hard to move along when you're tied down by an anchor. It's hard to make the moves you need to make when you're tied down. So maybe that's a little bit of what's confusing Bushra. They want something that completes them, and they want to feel comfortable, but yet they don't know if they're ready to be tied down yet.
Well, I'm going to go a little bit different than you, and I am going to start there first because I actually wonder if Bushra can't slow down, if Bushra wants to stay on the move for some reason, or if Bushra is compelled to stay on the move. And I'm almost wondering if Bushra has too many things going on to slow down to be more open for romance. Or a busy lifestyle maybe is keeping them too involved with a lot of other stuff. Some of this could be business, of course, or just other kinds of personal goals. But that's kind of the feeling I'm getting from all of that right there, that things are eluding you because you may be too busy, you may be too much on the move, you may have a lifestyle that really makes you move around more or doesn't allow you to focus on those things because there are other things that you really do have to focus on. I don't know if that makes sense. And by the way, Ariana, we have one son and one granddaughter.
We call him Mr. Monster on this show.
Mr. Monster.
He's given us him and his wife have given us an absolutely beautiful granddaughter who is in the 11th grade.
And she's a Pisces and she likes tarot cards.
Yes.
And she also designed our avatar, the little cat.
Yes, the little cat avatar. She created that when she was 13 for us. We just can't let it go. So at any rate, that's what I see, Mo. I feel here that there is just something, that just seems to be uncertain right now. I feel that really strongly with those two cards. And long-term plans are really important here, but you know what? Maybe sometimes you have to deal with the present. You have to give things a chance, give things a shot, because how are you going to know how they're going to turn out long term, And I feel here they're really looking for something to complete them.
So the short answer is it doesn't look like anything's definitive or definite, and it may be that I'm feeling you need to slow down in some other areas of your life to have more time to be open for that. That's
what we have for you, Mo.
All right, Mo. And that was for Bushra. Mo asking.
Great.
All right, so who's up? Kelly? Is it Kelly?
It is Kelly, I think.
There's
Yes.
the question.
Okay, a few months ago I asked about. All right. Oh. Ah.
Well, that's a Scorpio for you. I
That
oughta
is
know.
a Scorpio.
'Cause
Well,
I
let's
know.
see if we can take a look and dig something up here.
All
Right. So you are still together, right? And you're talking, which is good, you know. But let's see if we can see anything about intentions.
All right. Yes, as a Scorpio myself, I always overthink or intensify my thoughts about people's intentions or whatever it is. Aw, sunny moment.
Get it, Sonny. Get it.
He just wants you to rub him. I see it. Thanks, Violet.
What are you doing?
I don't notice Libra on the list. Is that because they haven't come back yet?
Well, I put them at the bottom.
Okay,
if
so
Libra
you know
does
where
come
they're at.
back, I do know.
Okay, good. All right, Kelly, your first card is, and I'm using one of my Egyptian decks that I can't remember the name of. It's the Warrior of Pentacles. That's like the Knight of Pentacles.
Right.
And it's upright. I want him down there. And then, oh, another one, a Knight of Cups. Warrior of Cups. And then the reversed Ace of Pentacles. So you wondered about the Virgo's intentions.
As a Virgo, eh?
Well, Knights are usually a little bit more on the move. They're a little bit more moving towards something
But some move faster than
than
others.
And it's kind of interesting because
Yeah.
you have that one that moves slow here, the Knight of Pentacles, but you also have the Knight of Cups. And so maybe this is saying there's a certain level of caution about their moving forward in the romantic area, because this is about maybe management, cautionary stuff. This is more about romantic, emotional stuff. So then that leads us with the reversed Ace of Pentacles, and that could be saying that maybe they are keen about something else that may be going on. I don't know if it is part of the relationship, but there is maybe a new financial venture. So maybe the Virgo started a job, maybe the Virgo's been promoted or has more responsibilities that kind of is weighing on them a little bit.
Well,
It's not like me to make excuses for a Virgo, although I do love a couple of Virgos.
I'll get into my interpretation in a minute.
There's the whip in Lenormand and also the cross.
I'm not liking that combo at the bottom there. I don't see much very ill-intended here, I would say, to you. But what I do, Kelly, but what I do see is I feel there's some real romantic feelings here or attraction. The Knight is a real romantic, you know, but they could be rather slow moving. They may be very slow in even revealing their intentions, which is why you're probably wondering. And again, it just seems like, you know, they're not that willing to move fast. There are delays here, and I'm not sure why. And I don't know. I'm a little concerned about this and just wondering, you know, the cross is often about worries, anxieties, or grief that could be long-term. And then we have the whip. And the whip is a sudden aggressive action, you know. So what I'm concerned about here is that something gets blown up into an argument, you know? So what I would say is maybe they're going slowly because, okay, I know you guys were talking again. I can't quite remember how you guys separated, what happened, but maybe there's worries of the same thing happening again, which might be part of why this is moving slow. Possibly.
I never think that Scorpio and Virgos are a bad match. They're not a bad match. They can be a very compatible match. Like I mentioned before, I am close to some Virgos. There are some other Virgos that drive me crazy, but that's could be for other reasons.
Yeah. So that is, the ace is some disappointment and something that just doesn't seem to be growing like it should. And so I feel here that that's going to cause some worries, and it could cause some somebody to get a little bit angry about it and that it's not moving along. And so what I would say is try to be patient. Try to be a little bit patient unless you are getting some real red flags in this relationship. I would opt for patience at this time.
I was thinking more likely that what was stunted or slow here might have been something more personal to the Virgo, their own job prospects or other things they're trying to do. But I could see the possibility of what Banshee just said here too, that it might be something about the relationship together that maybe seems to cause a sense of, on the Virgo's part, or they're not feeling like it's moving the way that they want it to.
A lot of people reconcile after arguments and things. Hey, we know about this. And so, but the thing is that sometimes it's kind of difficult to deal with, what you've been through before and how to move forward from that. So it may be taking a little bit more time to really, get into high gear. But I really feel here, these are two positive characters, the Knights.
Yeah.
The Knight of Pentacles is a little bit slow, but he's dependable. And oftentimes you can say that you could count on him. And then you couple that with the Knight of Cups, which is all about love and romance, So there's dependability, there's romance here. It's just that it's like taking a little bit more time to gel. And there are some worries. So why not just give this more time and see where things are truly going? Yeah. I think it's still a little bit too early to tell.
Yeah, come back soon and ask us again.
Yeah. Hey, and anyway, that's interesting. I'm glad you got back together, that you talked. I think we had that reading for you about that. I do have some memory of that.
I do too. It was a few months ago, like you mentioned, I think. Maybe at the end of last year.
So good luck with that. And feel free, if
Good
this
luck.
didn't totally answer, come back and we can, delve into this more on another show. All right.
All right, Kelly.
And so, who are we on? I forget now. Kelly, Ariana. Hey, Ariana.
Hi, Ariana.
I think my list is a little skewed, but I think I see where it's going. Okay.
They're naming guys that are Virgo.
Yeah, I know. She may not come back. She just may have gotten waylaid, Violet, Libra.
School
Cuspidus.
conferences thing. We'll catch up with her sometime.
Yep.
We always do. All right, Ariana, I know you're still around. You were asking about if we had a child or grandchildren.
Is it my duck?
Yes.
Okay.
And earlier, maybe it was yesterday, there was an announcement on our YouTube channel that we are doing 2 new shows. The first up will be the Unhappy Hour. Is now going to be a regular feature. It's going to be once a month, and it will fluctuate based on when the moon begins its 4th quarter dance towards the dark moon. We will probably record it a day or so before that, and then have it come out on the dark quarter or the 4th quarter. Our intention is to have it come out at 3 p.m. and for us to be live in the chat room like we do.
If we can.
It won't be an unhappy whole hour. It's more likely going to be about 30 to 40 minutes.
But we have another possible addition to it. We're doing the elemental signs of the zodiac for those readings, plus possibly one additional reading, which we're not going to announce yet.
And then, of course, we're doing another occasional feature, which will be TFT at the witching hour, and it'll be 4 times a year. The first date coming up is actually May 1st in the wee hours, 3 a.m. So those of our friends and fans who come from other side of the world may be delighted to know that they don't have to stay up too late or get up too early to watch us.
Hey, Ariana, we're waiting on your question.
Oh.
The other thing is that for the unhappy hour, we feel like these are issues that people have to deal with during the moon cycle, during that till the next fourth quarter. That's how we're looking at it.
So it's kind of like your emotional check-in or whatever.
Find out where it hurts.
Find out where it hurts. That's right.
May 1st is Kara's birthday. We get to do a birthday reading.
You're a Beltane baby.
Yay.
So go ahead.
And you got the maypole today. Look at that.
Kara. You'll always be the May Queen to me.
Aww.
Well, maybe. I have pictures
of
hers.
Wow, Ariana, I can't believe you're not here. What happened?
Where are you, Ariana the Beautiful?
Oh, man, don't tell me we have to put you at the bottom. I don't want to put you at the bottom. There you are.
Yay!
Okay. Hibachi. I love hibachi.
Okay, yeah, you like the choices thing. All right. Cool. I wonder, I probably could do both really well, but which would you enjoy more?
Hey, you're welcome, Kelly.
You're welcome, Kelly. Yeah, we would definitely like to know what happens. Hope we can help clarify a little bit at least.
All right, I'm going to do 2 and 2. The first cards will be for the hibachi, and the second will be the seafood.
So am I pulling 2 Lenormand for each?
Yeah.
Let's wait and see.
Let's wait and see.
All right.
Hold on. Hold off on that, though.
Sushi place. I don't do sushi.
1. Okay, so this is for the hibachi. Let's just do it first. Okay, I picked them up that way now. So we have the 6 of Wands upright. And the 6 of Cups reversed. 2 6s. Well, this is very interesting. Looking at that right now, I would say that the hibachi has a lot going for it. I think it has, crowd appeal, possibly.
It's popular.
It's popular.
It's recognized.
Maybe amongst the people you would be. I assume you're going to dinner with others, or am I wrong? It looks like this would be a good call for you. You would be shining there. It's just like people will have your attention there. But that's what's bothering me. The 6 of Cups reversed. Perhaps somebody in the crowd has had a bad experience at the hibachi before, and they're not happy because that's the 6 of Cups reversed. What do you think, Mr.
So
O?
it could mean that emotionally this might lead to not everybody in your group being happy, or if it's only one person, them not being happy. If it wanted to get into the physicality of it, it could be saying that maybe there is something to that. Like maybe, they'll be able to impress upon you they really were ill.
You can't always please everybody.
It's true.
But I feel here that just because the 6 of Wands has that, usually that crowd of people who are there supporting the victor, that most people would support your decision if that's where you choose to go. Let's take a look at the seafood place and see what that has going for it. Oh, we have the 5 of Wands.
I thought you were going to say something's fishy. No. The Five of Wands. Okay. Too many cooks, maybe. I don't know.
Why would I should let you go first on this one? The King of Pentacles upright.
Oh. Well, I don't know that these are necessarily really bad.
They're really close.
They're close. The King of Pentacles may indicate that there's something better about the way the place seems from a physical aesthetic of some sort. Like maybe you feel like it's cleaner, or everything seems to be really clearly laid out, managed. You know, there's a whole process that seems to, whereas the hibachi might come off as being a little bit more random in some respects. However, the Five of Wands does sort of throw a randomness into the mix.
Equation. That King of Pentacles might indicate to me that this place is, I would assume this seafood place is pretty top notch, maybe. I don't know if it's upper end upscale, but it just seems like as far as the food goes in that, everything seems to be expertly done.
So the idea would be one is really popular, but one seems to get better reviews, maybe?
Well,
they could be a little bit of a crossover.
I like that. But again, I'm thinking about the people that you would invite here, and it seems like there might be a little bit more dissension in the rank over the seafood place over hibachi. Would they feel just more comfortable here? They are really so close that maybe I could just see what the Lenormand for both say.
Yes.
Why don't we try that?
One for each?
They both have advantages and disadvantages.
It's true. So how are we doing this? How about if we go back and forth, each of us do one?
Okay, I'll do the second one this time. You do
Okay.
the first one. Since
So I do one or two?
two. You gotta
Right.
do two. Gotta read them in pairs.
Right, Lenormand are always in pairs. So I pulled the stork and the anchor. That's interesting.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Hang on.
The tower, and the dog. Okay,
Boy, this is kind of funny.
maybe you're gonna go and decide for something different altogether.
I'm not sure. The anchor's there.
The
I
anchor
think
is there, that's
what
true.
this might be saying is you might end up going with this one. This one might be a safer choice, maybe. But I don't know. How do you justify the anchor and the stork? Maybe. Hold on a minute here.
Because it's a place that people have gone to more often or more regularly.
Maybe people, the stork often is about a new home or a place that you feel, and the anchor is about a place or a place that you are comfortable or secure at. Maybe people will just feel better here, but I'm wondering about this card here, the dog in the tower. The dog is about loyalty, so I don't know if this is an institution or a restaurant you have some loyalty to, that you've been to before, you like it.
Should clear up something. The tower in the Lenormand does not mean the exact same thing as the Tarot's tower
It's
does.
not the same. So
but it could be talking about the place as an institution.
It could be talking about the restaurant itself here, that it may be a more friendly atmosphere for some. However, this doesn't look very friendly to me. This looks like there could be some conflict. So the other thing about the tower, Ariana, is the tower in the Lenormand can also mean isolation. And so I wonder here if maybe somebody either might not want to go.
Right. If you decide the seafood place, only your most loyal friends might go. The others may end up bailing.
Or if there's any arguments or issues there that could arise, that could cause problems and friends to kind of pull back.
So I'm almost wondering if I combine all of these, if it's like maybe the people that want to do hibachi are really going to want to stay there, and the other people who like you more or your company more may go with the other idea.
I'm going to say hibachi, but I really feel the choice is yours on this one. But they both have advantages and disadvantages. So this could be the way the tarot's just telling you, take your pick. You know, one might be a little bit more rowdy and lively than the other. But the other definitely looks like it will please more people. So that might be important.
Well, you know what? I don't feel that there's anything specific about food poisoning or bad food choices. It could be more aesthetic, you know, that just people don't like it for the sense of it, but not because they're being food poisoned.
Yeah. I don't see anything like that here. Yeah. And especially not with the seafood place, because the seafood place looks stellar, I think, as far as, you know, the food goes.
Yeah, I think so too.
So I'm sorry if we muddled it, but I really think this one is your call. You know, it's your birthday anyway.
Bon appetit.
So you should be able to pick your pick. All right. Who are we on? We are on, I think Lily possibly. What is going on here? I keep pulling up weird stuff.
That's funny, Ariana. I like most seafood. There's a few things I don't like. No, it almost looks like about the same, I think. I mean, I don't think it would be dramatically different. I think they would be about comparable. Yeah, I think Kara's right. One might seem a little more pretentious, but overall, I think they both have suitable, similar quality.
Lily is up. Hey, Lily, all right. So I see welcome. Somebody named Slime Love has come in. Unfortunately, we closed our list because we're going to be heading into overtime pretty soon. But you're welcome to stay and listen. And I see your comments in the chat there. So welcome to the show. Hopefully we can catch you on Sunday if you're interested in a reading.
Right. We are back Sunday for live readings like this from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But we're sorry. We're kind of getting close to our closing. We still have a few readings left to do. I get that too, Ariana. I wouldn't, you know. I hope you have a great birthday dinner, though. Absolutely.
I think the hibachi. I just think you'll like the atmosphere and the way things go there. You're asking about if you'd enjoy the food more. I think the hibachi. And you're right. Some people don't like seafood, you know. So
well, the other thing too might be that the aesthetics or ambiance of the seafood place might look really cool, but maybe the food at the hibachi is going to edge you out by at least a little. So I agree with Banshee. So we're waiting for Lily.
Yep. Let's give Lily a moment. I've noticed a bit of a delay tonight on my end with my tablet. That happens from time to time. We have a hibachi grill. We used to go to for Christmas some workplace Day. Lunches when I was working, and I really liked it. I did. I thought it was pretty good.
Was that the one in Woodhaven?
No, it was in Dearborn. They had a ginger garlic sauce, I think it was. I just absolutely loved that. This ginger dipping, whatever it was. Oh my gosh, I absolutely loved it.
I think we might have to move on.
Well, Lily, last call. Yeah, looks like we do have to move on.
Right, because we got 10 minutes to the actual show and then whatever beyond.
All right, do the countdown, Violet. We're going to move on.
Okay. Well, I do hope you have a good experience at the
Kara.
555. The
555.
the number of the Kara beast. So who's up then?
I think it is, oh gosh,
Leah?
Leah, I believe. Am I
see
right?
Leah has said hello there. Leah, if you're up, go
Hey,
ahead.
Leah, you can go ahead.
Ask, what do I need to know about the relationship that you're in? Okay, Leah, we
Okay.
have your question. And
So we could do the 3 for that.
Okay. We're going to do Banshee's newer 3-card method.
All
The
right.
first card is like, what is this thing that's coming
Well,
towards
it's
you?
what you've asked. What do you need to know? And then it'll be about the relationship, and then why is it important, and where things are heading. So we're going to look at the 3 cards that way and see what we get.
So I'm going to once again use the Royal Dark Tarot. You're only half evil. I don't know about that, Kara. Let's ask Maury Povich. Okay, so the first card is the 3 of Swords, which is upright. Followed by Judgment reversed. And then followed by the King of Wands reversed.
Oh,
Very
good grief.
dark looking image there.
You got all reverse cards.
No, that's not reversed.
Well, it should be.
Yeah, it should be.
For a love reading.
Well,
All right. What do you need to know about this relationship? And I think it's here. There's some sorrow attached to this. Now, I'm not so sure it's between you and this person presently. I'll say that. But there may be some sorrow in one of your pasts, whether one or both of you, that may be playing a role in this relationship in some way. Has everybody gotten over some pain or disappointment from some past sorrow or loss in a relationship?
or is there, in terms of the relationship you're in now, some sort of pal, sort of a dark feeling or a feeling that maybe it is on edge, that there is the possibility of a separation or of people not really wanting to stay together?
And why is this important, I feel? And judgment is reversed here. So why would this be important? Because it may impact on how you interact with each other, how you think about each other. It can also bring in some negatives into the conversation. And by that I mean that people might project things onto another because of what they've been through before.
I like that, because you're going from that idea of maybe some past history there. Mm-hmm. And I do feel too that another reason it could be important is because maybe each of you have really strong but not necessarily unified beliefs about this, why it's important. That one of you may feel really dramatically different about the questions to ask or the course to take than the other one.
And did you say that's the king or the knight?
I said it was the king.
The King of Wands
and
reverse.
It is.
Okay, so where is things heading? Well, it could be, it could be that somebody may overreact to something, may act a little bit immaturely. There's really got to be some room for growth here in this relationship. And I feel here that, where are things heading is to a point where we have to manage, our feelings, or somebody does, about what happened in the past. It has to be better managed than acting out, than judging present relationships on what they've been through in the past.
Is it possible that either or of you are judging yourselves as not having enough value to each other, or that you feel that about each other, that one of you doesn't feel the other values you, or you feel that the other doesn't value you? Something like that maybe is happening. So we pulled Lenormand's 2, and we get the Tower. And of course, I want to mention that that's not the same as
It's not the same as the Tarot Tower.
the Tarot Tower. It has a different meaning. And then the Child.
You know, I can't help but... Now, the Child isn't always negative. The Tower can be kind of cold and callous and institution, you know. When you think of the Tower, you can think of like financial institutions. But let me also say one other thing here, that the Tower can be about other institutions as well, Leah, such as marriage, okay? So, and there's a child here. Now, I don't want to ask if there's a child involved, you know, if somebody has a child perhaps in this relationship already, and if there's a factor of that be playing in this. But failing that, the child has other implications here. The child is indicating move slowly towards committing to anything. I really feel that this is a relationship that can potentially grow into something. But I think it's going to take a bit of time and a little bit of work and a little bit of truly getting to understand each other. You know, what they've been through, and maybe how that impacts on their approach to things now.
So that's a sense of advice there, you know, slower, you know, measured idea of thinking about it.
What do you see?
You asked, I agree with that. You asked if you need to manage your feelings, and I'm not necessarily sure that you need to manage your feelings. I do feel the first card talks more about you in some level. The idea maybe that you do have sorrows or fears or feelings that you wonder if it's really worth it. So you might have to work on that, you know, trying to be more positive minded. But I've decided, because of that question, to take a look at the bottom card. She always hates when I do that. But I do see the Ten of Pentacles upright. And generally speaking, the Ten of Pentacles does talk about foundation, tapestry, legacy, connection. So my immediate question would be, if a sense of family, your own, each other's, one you might have together, is very important, this is a good sign. It could also just say that each of you maybe depend a little bit on, you know, the strength of your own families, however you see those. All right, that's what we have.
No, that's not. No, that's not.
Okay.
I just got to add my 2 cents here. This is where I roll up my sleeves a little bit. Since he pulled that card, I really feel that this card plays into what I said down here. I think you have to think long term with this relationship, in that you need to work things out in order to get to this point. And you talked about managing feelings. I saw that. And all I would say is, yes, maybe both of you do. Maybe one or both of you do, if you know what this is about. You know, when I'm speaking of like baggage or disappointments from the past that somebody is dealing with. And then, of course, we have this guy here, you know, the Knight of Swords. Wands. The King of Wands reversed. And this is somebody who can act out angrily. So I would just say to try to be patient, try to play a longer game here, you know, and realize that sometimes good things and solid foundations like this tower are built in time, you know, time well spent on really getting to work out the kinks. And if it's meant to be, it's going to work out. So that's my advice. You asked for advice, and I would say patience, and also trying to really understand each other and where you're both coming from. Have those deep conversations. Have, time that isn't just fun and games. It's great to party, it's great to go to concerts, etc. But have those times where you can really get intimate and talk to one another. And that's my advice in this case for you, Leah. I wish you luck with that.
Good luck. Come see us again.
Angelica, you are up.
Hi, Angelica. Go right ahead with your question.
Yep, you can go right ahead. And then we've got Mama T and Libra if they come back. And Violet. And Violet. We just hit our overtime time.
Yeah. So Mr. O was at the dentist this morning.
Sad.
12. I was actually there at noon. I thought I had a chipped tooth, but it's actually
A broken filling.
semi-broken filling, kind of wearing down. All right, there's her question. Oh, that would be cute.
Oh.
Your deck?
Well, you got to be careful out there. There's there's cancel culture from everywhere these
This is
days.
true.
And people have a very odd sense of humor. I'll tell you right now, I love humor. I love humor. I love being funny. I love listening to funny people. And I have a broad range of what I feel is acceptable. I'm willing to laugh at myself, my own foibles, my own nationalities, whatever. You know, I don't mind that. Others, though, do have problems.
The other thing
Is it
too,
my
of course,
deck?
yeah. The other thing too is, of course, protecting your material
I'll use this one again.
so you're not stolen.
That's right.
You probably know about that, but I know people do things like watermarking their information on their memes.
Humor memes, fun times.
It sounds like fun.
I love all the cats out there. I love all the different memes I see. I just have a broad range. I love satire. I love parody.
So I'm talking to Kara and others about going to the dentist, and I'm eating jelly beans. Does your mom like jelly beans, Kara? She said her mom went to the dentist today.
Oh. All right. It's the Seven of Swords reversed.
I love that.
It's the Lovers upright. This is going to be a real interesting read for you. Oh my.
Oh. I love black jelly beans. Okay, so Kara, you're Sonny's twin flame. I guess your mom is my twin flame because we both like black jelly beans. Final card, the Devil.
Well, I'd be careful. I'd be careful how you approach it. You know what? Because the Lovers is here number one. And the Lovers, you know, romantic reason or not, is often about the choices we make. You know, because they can come back to haunt us if we make the wrong choices. And we have the Seven of Swords here reversed. And on some levels, I almost think that's better, but it depends on the question to me. And I almost feel here that, you know, you've got to be very clever in the way that you do this if you're hoping to not be too offensive to others. You know, you're going to have to be very clever with how you craft these. I'm going to stop there before I go to Devil Boy.
Oh, I was actually going to pull up the idea that the Lover and the Devil are sort of opposites of each other in some decks,
That's
the way
true.
they're framed there. But I'm going to go first with the Seven of Swords reversed and say that, you know, there's something about this that needs to sort of be done with a sense of either secrecy or willingness to share with the right people that may be able to advance you.
It's reversed, though. Isn't things coming out in the open when it's reversed?
I could still see the wiggle there, and maybe
Okay.
that's because that's just me, but maybe it's also because with the lovers and the devil, that sort of is that idea about decisions and about whether people understand them or not. The devil talks about maybe things that people don't want to necessarily be known, about their inner selves. But
I love
I
it. No, I love what you're saying here, and especially about the devil. The devil's a conundrum for me because I could look at this two ways. Number one, why not indulge in this? The devil is saying, why not indulge in this? And the devil sometimes is an invitation to, get the most out of life as opposed to be, just so long as you don't get trapped by it, And I think that's where the lovers comes in, You have to kind of respect some boundaries here. You may have to think about what you're doing because this shines a light on who you are. And I think that's what the Seven of Swords is saying here is you got to remember that what we put out there, can come back to really haunt us. And the internet and social media can be cruel at times, as we know. So you definitely have to be able to take it, in order to put it out there. And I want to see the Lenormand on this. Oh, wow.
So the tree was first, followed, by the heart. And of course, these are really nice because I think they just tell you to follow your heart and grow that way.
Oh, bam! That's what I was going to say. Those are my words exactly. I think what this is saying is, follow your heart one way or another. However this turns out, you will grow from it. Mm-hmm. So this will be a growthful experience for you. But you can see there's a little bit of here. So
well, with that dichotomy between the lovers and the devil, it may be the feeling that you can make choices that maybe you question, but ultimately these choices may be negated by other choices, other people's choices. It sounds kind of screwy, but the idea I think with the devil is we can release ourselves from things. The idea with the lover is we can choose other things. So I think both of those things sort of play into this idea that there's not going to be a great deal of worry.
Well, I don't know. It's kind of funny here too, Leah. It's kind of like we could look at the lovers here because number one, Mr. O, in the original lovers, there's an angel.
Yeah.
So we could consider the angel on this guy's shoulder and then the devil on the other guy's shoulder. The thing with people hearing, do it, don't do it, don't do it.
Well, we could always say,
I think the choice is yours, but you need to follow your heart, and one way or another, you will grow from this.
What would Shadow say?
I hope that helps. That's a very interesting reading.
What would Shadow say?
The list is closed, Ramen Deep. We're sorry.
Yeah, we're in our overtime now. We just have a couple more readings to finish. So I hope we can see you again. Appreciate you dropping in. I'm sorry we can't help you today, though.
No happy hour on Saturday either for those who came late.
Thank you, Ramandeep.
We have an event this Saturday, but we will be back for happy hour next week. Well, that's what we have for you, Leah. I hope that helped. I think, you should give it a shot. But remember, I think in everything we do, whether it's creative talent or other things we want to showcase, we want to make sure that people think the best of our product and what we're putting out there. So go for it, There's always a market for humor out there.
Take care, Ramandeep. Yeah, it really looks that way. It really looks that way.
I said Leah, but I meant Angelica.
Right,
I am
we
so
meant
sorry.
Angelica.
Did I keep saying Leah? Good grief.
The reading was for you, Angelica,
Yeah.
and it does look really, positive. It doesn't really feel like you have a lot of momentous things to lose here. It sort of looks like it's a teaching lesson in a way. It's a learning lesson in a way. And it's about you maybe finding yourself in a way.
Yep, Shadow has arrived. She's been a little bit more assertive in, not letting Sunny always monopolize the table here.
I love her baleful stare. She's looking into your soul, Violet.
All right, that's what we have for you, Angelica. You could go back and look at this reading. It's really an interesting read. Like I said, there's pluses and minuses here, but I almost think the devil is saying, why not indulge in this? Why not?
Yes.
It's a passion of yours. Just don't let it consume you, or get carried away. And that's, I think, why the Lovers is here.
People who play with devil fire might get burns.
All right. Who are we on? Oh, Mama T.
Mama T.
Did Mama T just want a general? Are you still here, Mama T? You know what? We're going to do a general for her anyway. I will let her know. It is my deck, right?
She asked if things will improve.
Oh.
We got it, Violet.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Violet.
Thank you, Violet.
I get a little ahead of myself. Or behind myself.
But she's right there with that chat. Making sure we understand.
All right. Okay, Mama T. Will things get better? Oh, look at that. Well, I hope the rest get that nice. Not totally. Judgment reversed. And the Ace of Cups reversed.
Lenormand gave us a letter and a cross. Well, I'm tempted to say that maybe something tells you that, a problem or a thing that maybe bothers you is not with you, like it's not Rick or your situation. It may be something that may come to you as news. That's from the Lenormand. I'm just wondering if it's just sad news, like maybe you might know about, somebody else who is also having, particular problems right now. I'm going to let Banshee pick it up because I know she probably wants to talk about the cards more than the Lenormand.
Oh, I want to talk about it all. And you know me, Mama T, I don't mince words. I wish I had totally better news for you. But right now, because you're asking if things are going to get better, I think what the cards are telling me with starting with Temperance is that, you have to just maintain, you have to maintain your mental and emotional health at this time. I think that's important with Temperance here. There may be some bad news coming. There may be some bad news coming in the form of a letter or a document or some type of news. Oftentimes it's in physical form, whatever this is. And it's going to make you feel very unhappy. You're going to feel as though something did not, that somebody just didn't judge you fairly. So it just seems like there's some inequity here with judgment. And Temperance is saying, you can't let it pull you down. Don't let this drain you. You are stronger than this. You will be able to stand up to this. But I have to say that you asked if it was going to get better. And I think in the immediate term, there is some bad news coming.
Right. It feels like there is news coming, and maybe there were things that you were hoping for. As an example, maybe you've wanted to move into a better location, or you wanted to have something that would change the feel of your home environment. And it may feel like that's not really happening. It may feel that you didn't get something. Maybe you were expecting that, and that's the bad news. But whatever else it could be, too, I think it is really also being realistic on some level, sort of preparing you to have realistic expectations about where some of your current situations may be going. And of course, trying to apply that idea that you need to not overreact until you really know the balance of that if you don't have all of that news, there's no sense in really getting very upset. You need to kind of work with understanding, what it really means before you can really evaluate what your response should be.
Now, if this was a general reading, I might have taken these things separately. But I really think they do kind of fit together, and because you specifically asked if things were going to improve. And that's why I'm thinking I see the Ace of Cups reversed here. I see the cross along with this letter. And I can't help but think there's just some kind of bad news coming that's going to be a bit of a disappointment. And it may involve some type of a judgment or decision. It may involve, I don't know, judgment is about so many other things, You may just have to do a reset somewhere here, You may have to rethink your strategy in some area. And in order to do that, you have to certainly be, in the proper frame of mind, try to keep your emotions in check, and just try to get it done, get through this. But I don't think it's dire. I just feel like it's a setback. So not immediately will you see some relief. Hopefully sometime after this, if you can weather this. That's what I have for you. I'm sorry, I wish I had better news. Drat.
So that means we are finally at the end.
Violet, what you got for us?
With Violet, our moderator, our violator.
Oh, that's cool. Between you last. Well, let's throw 3 cards on that. I don't want to do a yes, no. Unless we have to. Is that yours? Yeah.
I used Legend, the Arthurian Tarot.
Shadow has left the stage. And Sunny is left mentally. He's totally asleep here right now.
He looks like he's in a deep sleep.
He is.
She did. She looked right into the camera. I see her walking up the stairs now in the back. She said, I did my job.
She came to say hi.
And I'm sorry, but I dropped one and I wanted to reshuffle because of that.
That's perfectly fine. Oops, I got my take my nighttime blood pressure pill reminder.
I got it too. For you. All right.
All right.
So the Page of Pentacles, that's kind of stalwart. The Queen of Wands reversed. And then the Five of Pentacles.
Huh. Well.
Yeah, mine are a little dubious, eh?
They are a little dubious. I'm
the
kind of
letter
surprised.
in Lenormand and the stork in Lenormand.
Well, I think this, I'm just going to say right from the get-go that I wanted to just focus on the Lenormand, that this looks as though these are good connections. I don't know if you've been doing a lot via social media with each other, seeing them in person, but it just seems like there's some new beginning that started here through communication, and that looks promising. But like with everything else, there can be some issues. Now the Page of Pentacles indicates that there is a potential for some growth here, and I like the fact, it's interesting you met them through the TSC because they're all about what's happening on Earth here and with the weather. So, that kind of fits in a way. So this could be the start of something very growthful. But with all things, there's some issues. Do you want to go ahead? It looks like you're chomping at the bit.
Okay,
so.
which one is the nasty Scorpio who's always saying rude things or something? That's the Queen of Wands.
It's him.
No, but maybe the Queen of Wands indicates that there is somebody who is maybe not as charismatic as the others to you, or maybe somebody who feels a little bossier than the others to you, that kind of thing. It doesn't mean that they're a bad person, but maybe they're kind of just sort of pushing themselves around a little bit.
I have some thoughts with this Queen of Wands and this Five of Pentacles here. I have to ask Violet. First off, the Queen of Wands is here in reversed, and usually that's somebody who, like he says lacks charisma. I often think they're a little bit shy or reserved, or a little bit maybe like testing the waters, It's like somebody who's at a party, and this reminds me of me when I was younger in my shyer days, that is standing against the wall and kind of hoping people don't notice them, And so I'm wondering here when I see that Five of Pentacles, if this isn't saying, you're worried about this a little bit. Are you worried about how you're going to fit in with them? It seems like you sound like you're getting along great. Or is somebody else concerned? Because that's what I see here with this combination of cards. Are you feeling like are you feeling like you may not fit in, or maybe somebody else is like that?
She sort of indicates that. And I just want to real quickly say, Mary, thanks for dropping in, but we are closed. This is our last reading. I appreciate you dropping in, though, so maybe we'll see you next time.
So I think this could be off to a good start. I think this is definitely connections that could go somewhere that are important. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I'm going to backtrack because I think you're right.
Okay.
I didn't really take that into account. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was. You're right. You are that person. And of course, you probably shouldn't feel that way, because I think that the Page of Shields says you're that person who has that sense of wonder, awe, being really into this, just seeing the vision here, the mystical quality of it all. I know, it's Storm. That it really, that's your strength there, You bring a lot to this group.
You are learning and growing, through these connections. Because that's also what the page is about here. So I think this is a good experience for you, and I think you shouldn't worry too much. I really don't. Be your authentic self, be who you are, and enjoy it. Try to get the most out of it.
You got this.
I think you've got this, yeah. It took me a while. I thought, oh no, not the Five of Pentacles. But then I started to feel the connection between that Queen of Wands and that Five of Pentacles here, the Queen of Wands reversed. So I think you know what I'm talking about here. At any rate, good luck with it. I think it's going to work. What did you pull another?
I pulled the bottom card.
If he keeps pulling bottom cards, he's going to...
Take your Queen of Wands reversed and replace her with the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, and look, she's got the little black cat. She stole it from the Queen of Wands, I guess, eh? No? But the Queen of Pentacles is obviously where you're going to go with this. That kind of sense of assuredness and creativity. It's going to just do wonders for you.
Well, since he drew this card, I will say that, no, what I think I feel with this card is that, just you should show your more nurturing side, be the person who cares about these people. I mean, show that you care.
It's her shadow. You are stealing shadow
Don't
from us.
stand back. Show that you care.
I want her back.
And and it'll be okay. It is noteworthy. You have 2 pentacle cards here, so I feel this is something that could grow. Well, you have 3 pentacle cards, to be honest. I forgot
Because I pulled that
up.
extra one.
Yeah, because he threw
She's
that
gonna
up.
beat me up after this.
Get him. I'm gonna get him for this one. No. So that's what we have for you. I hope you resonated with that. All right. Getting a little kooky here at the end of our day. It must be that workout. Man, I'm going to sleep good tonight. So I want to thank everybody for coming to the show today. It's been fun. We had some interesting questions. I like lively,
I like
out there questions.
helping people sort out questions
like
about
the
what
variety.
restaurant to go to or what
Right.
movie to watch. Or,
Why not? We don't
Hey.
always have to, have questions of like, is my world going to end tomorrow?
So Banshee,
Yes.
what TV show should we watch tonight?
Oh my gosh.
We have to pay premium cost for that.
What was that?
It was the 9 of Pentacles.
The 9 of Pentacles means that we should watch our own shows tonight. You go upstairs, I'll be down.
Okay. I can do this.
All right. Well, with that, that's our show. I want to thank everybody again. And like I said, no happy hour Saturday, but we will see you again on Sunday. Come to the chat for My Material Matters and our live show later in the day.
All right, everybody.
Take care, everybody. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.